Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy, Jamel Kijana, aka Melly Mel, aka whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got.
It's your boy. It's your homie. It's Mr. Miami, because I always keep that heat on me. Mr. Green Bay, because I'm always packing. Your boy, Playboy Troy. What it do, Melly Mel?
What it do, what it do, what it do. Yes, sir. Who else I got with me in the building?
It's your boy, Cooley High, aka Fooly Cooley Frank Mason. Why you hating? We in the station. We not playing. Back to you, man.
Okay. I like that one. All right. Who else I got with me tonight?
And man, it's the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Rose. What it do, folks?
What it do, what it do. And last but certainly not least, who else win here tonight?
Yo, I'm back in the action. It's your boy Platinum Pat back. You know what I'm saying? From the 313 with the hat back. Hey, what it do?
Yes, sir. 313. What up, though? All right, let's get it. So my man Pat, speaking of him, he went to a WNBA game a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He tapped in with that. So we want to know how that went, man. How was that experience?
All right, man. Real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say this off the rip. If you have a WNBA team nearby, go check out a game. Like, you're missing out. Literally, if you love basketball, you love hoops, you're missing out on probably some of the best game that you will see. Just down to as simple as, dude, I was just at a rec. I was just at the rec playing ball with a girl who played semi-pro, and she was literally like light and like just step over shot, because women are way more fundamental. So it's way better to see. I mean, a lot of people talk about it when they're watching it on TV, but it's kind of, I will say, it has the baseball effect. When you're watching it on TV, you're like, but when you go and see it in person, the atmosphere, the people, the vibes, as you can see, there is no nosebleeds in this picture. So you're in the atmosphere. Like, you feel like you're there. There's no bad seats right now. So, I mean, you're catching a great deal. Of course, I think if we all continue to support in the next 5 years, we'll see them back inside of the State Farm arenas and, the Toyota centers and X, Y, and Z. But right now, let's go ahead and start supporting, man, and get in there. It was a great game. And one thing that I will say, last thing, is I loved seeing all the women out there supporting the WNBA. Like, that was one thing that I was like, yo, this is amazing to see, just all these women that loved hoops, and seeing like older women bringing their daughters, and they're like, yo, check her out, or this and that. And little girls, like how little boys act when they go to the NBA games. Oh, that's Steph Curry. Them little girls is, oh, that's Chelsea Gray. Oh my gosh, that's, so like it was an amazing atmosphere.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. Because a lot of the times you see on the internet, you see a lot of people saying, "Oh, we don't care, we don't watch. Stop trying to force it on us." And it's like, man, come on, man. If you love the sport of basketball, you'll love it regardless. Like, I'm a huge fan of soccer, and the Women's World Cup starts soon, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later in the podcast. But I'm definitely gonna be tapping in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta really appreciate women's sports, because I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's just how people are, but it can be just as entertaining, if not more entertaining, like you said. So yeah, we definitely got to tap in with that, man.
I think for like, and I think personally, the main thing is, and my mind has recently been evolved to this. I saw Denzel speaking about this. We got to stop labeling stuff. I'm not a black man more than I'm a man. So when I see a white man, he's not a white man, he's a man. When I see a basketball player, it's not a woman basketball player, that's a basketball player. It's not a man basketball player, that's a basketball player. So it's the NBA. And I think that's what holds them up. Like they should drop the W. I personally feel like we should stop doing this women's sports, or this like they play volleyball. We don't do women's volley, and they actually do say women's volleyball on some stuff, but I don't think that takes away from the game as much, because women play it more. But it may take away from the men's side of things when you say men's volleyball. You know what I mean? It's just volleyball.
Yeah, that's true. Because when I think of volleyball, I think of women. I think of that. So I don't really even automatically assume that I guess it wasn't until men's volleyball became something more in like the Olympic, because that's the only time I've ever seen men's volleyball was in the Olympics. So I
Right.
guess that's when they decided to put the label on it. Because up until then, especially in high school, because there was never I don't know about people's high schools out there, but for our high school, for example, it was just women on the volleyball team. There was no men's volleyball, so it was just volleyball. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying about the labels with that. We got to stop just putting that in there and just appreciate the sport for what it is.
Yep. Just appreciate whatever it is for what it. I mean, it's not. It's almost like I mean, we can have the sport, and then like you can have genres, I guess, within it. Maybe like kind of like the music. Like you can have music, or like like movies, and then different genres within the movies and subgenres and stuff like that. Maybe, but you know, even then, I think that would be over labeling. Like, just let the art be the art. That's my opinion.
I agree with that. I mean, if you, I guess people just have different likes of basketball, or like, because really, like the NBA is really like a bunch of athletic people playing basketball. That's really all it is. And you don't see a lot of plays. They have plays in the NBA, but it's not like they constantly go to the plays. WNBA, they kind of have plays. They kind of use their plays more than the NBA would, and it's kind of like more the purest form of basketball to me. Women's basketball is like the purest form of basketball you could get because it's not relying on just one person being that good. It's literally a all hands on deck kind of or deal. So I just think you hit it right on the head. We got to stop labeling it women's basketball and men's basketball. It's just basketball. It
Yeah.
depends on what you like. Like I love basketball. I watch summer league. I'm gonna watch the WNBA. I watch college, NBA, the Euro League. I watch every form of basketball because it's like I just love basketball. I don't see it as, oh man, the women's on TV now. No, it's just basketball. So that's the problem. That's the problem with how we always want to put a label on stuff. So once we stop labeling it as women's basketball and everything, it just like we could just see it as basketball.
I think all that has to do with market share. The NBA has a larger market share, so it's more visible. So the WNBA or the NBA, the Women's NBA League, doesn't get that light shine on them. So a lot of times, those aspects that the WNBA had don't get the proper recognition because market share. But yeah, it's the pure form of basketball. Because it's not based off of, like you said, athleticism. It's based off of team play. So who has the better team? Who has the better players with skill sets that complement each other? So it's a good watch. It's a good it's a good way to take in the sport in another diaspora.
Yeah, most definitely, man. We got to pay attention to that, y'all. Got to tap in with the WNBA because I think their playoffs will start pretty soon. So definitely tap in with that as they approach to their postseason and their finals as well.
Yeah,
So
but I say
we go.
they All-Star game just ended. Literally, All-Star weekend just
Oh,
ended.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's solid. That's solid. What kind of do you know? What kind of things they did for the All Star weekend?
I mean, it's usually just like the NBA.
All right, so we gonna move into our next topic. One of the main topics for tonight. We gonna talk about D Hop. Apparently, we've been waiting all off season to see where D Hop is gonna go, everything like that. Who's gonna be the fit for him? Some people thought Kansas City. Some people thought he was gonna go to New England. Some people thought he might go down to Miami. It was just a lot of different options because his the main thing that he wanted was to go to a team with a good offensive line on the defensive and front end and defensive and offensive end, as well as a quarterback that's willing to grow or developing quarterback. So, but apparently he has gone and signed to the Tennessee Titans. So, fellas, what is y'all initial reaction to the signing as of today?
Well, I think it's a great signing for him and a great signing for Tennessee. They get a weapon that they need because we've seen it for the past few years. They've really only relied on Derrick Henry on the offensive side. It's only been the Derrick Henry show in Tennessee, and I mean, finally you get another weapon there. So it's a great signing for him and for the Tennessee Titans. So I think it'd be a great partnership and great relationship to start there. So um, I'm happy to see where it goes from there.
I think I would like to say, first, Mel, I like how you left out them Cowboys. You know,
No.
just
Y'all wasn't finna. Y'all
kind of
wasn't
wanted
finna
him to
sign
go
him.
down there to Dallas, but
No.
but I think personally, like Najee just said, I mean, bro, it was just a one trick pony. We knew what was gonna happen. One or let's just put it like this: 4th and 1 is going to him. Or 4th and 3 is going to Derrick Henry, and it's like, dang, like they don't have anything else to kind of rely on. So getting D Hop, we know what he is. Like, you throw that bitch up, or excuse me, you throw that thing up. You throw that up, and he gonna go and get that. So that's an inside joke, for the viewers and the people who watching. But you throw that thing up, and he gonna go and get it for the most part. So pause, but he gonna go and grab the ball. So.
Oh shit! I didn't think about it being an inside joke till you said it. I was like, "Oh shit, that's funny."
They gonna throw the pause out there
Um,
too, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's
then he threw the pause out there.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, I
no.
double pause actually because I also paused on her going to grab the ball. I was just wilding, y'all. I really could find a better way to say that, but y'all got to work with me.
Nah, you said what you
You
said.
said what you said.
Stand by
Hey,
that.
they go see they trying to force it on me. Y'all don't
Nobody
let this shit
forcing it
happen.
on you. It's just
Y'all
like
don't
You're
let this
good.
shit happen.
pause,
Yeah.
but we know you're not talking about that. That's what we saying.
Swear to God.
Man, I honestly I thought D Hop earlier. I was thinking maybe he could go to Atlanta because I think he's from like the South Carolina, like the upper part
Man,
of South Carolina area,
y'all
a
need to
little bit
relax.
close.
Gotta
So
stop.
I get.
Y'all
You
gotta
said
stop
what?
acting like Atlanta want to win an NFL season. Like y'all gotta stop that
I
narrative.
guess not. Obviously, because look what
Every
happened with
time
Julio.
somebody,
Julio went right up the road to Tennessee too, because
every time one
Nashville
of
is
these
only.
every time one of these big free agent signings go down, they always say, "Oh, I thought he was going to Atlanta. I thought nobody's coming to Atlanta.
Damn,
Nobody.
it's important. I
Just let
thought it
that
because it was close to home, and I thought maybe Carolina because it was close to home. They have a new quarterback with Bryce Young, but I keep forgetting Nashville is not too far from the Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina area, so that was a potential area. And it was the same for Julio, where he went right up the road, right up to Nashville, right up 75, I believe. It's off 75, right?
Yeah, 75.
So
Like,
yeah, so he just go right up there, and it's the same situation with D Hop. He's closer to home. I don't know if he'll end his career there, but me personally, for the move schematically, I don't like it. It's I don't know what he's really getting out of this. Maybe what is it says 2 year, 26 million, worth 32 in incentives. I hope he gets his incentives. I hope he gets his whatever they are. If they're 1,000 yards, certain amount of catches, touchdowns, whatever they be. I hope he gets those. But it's
depending
tough
on how
because
the season goes with the first season, the second season goes with Tennessee, I think this is just a pit stop.
that's
Bro,
true. It could be a pit stop to get to move to another
because
contender.
y'all boys all brought out valid points, but I ain't gonna hold Falcons. No, they wasn't in the running because it came down to really four teams. The two teams I was really looking at in the very beginning was the damn Patriots and this damn Tennessee Titans. And now, what's the difference between the Tennessee Titans and the Patriots, bro? You're really looking at Mac Jones and the money that the Patriots could throw you, which was, I believe, if I remember correctly, was a bigger bag than what Tennessee threw D Hop. He really went there because the Chiefs can't throw him the money that he wanted. The Bills said, "Hey, you could come over here for a pay cut if you want to win." The Titans was the only team that had the best quarterback that was better than Matt Jones that could actually give him a decent contract and say, you know what, okay, I guess. So this is going to be a trade piece. More than likely, probably about next season, not this fall. He's going to play it through, depending on injuries and tip. But it hurts the Patriots with this move more because he only visited the Patriots. That was a month ago. He visited and sat down with Bill Belichick. He sat down with Robert Kraft. He sat down with the entire organization and said, "Oh yeah, I could consider coming here." He took that shit as a joke. This man begged on Twitter, "Hey man, Kansas City, come get your boy." We couldn't get him. And
Yeah,
tonight,
well, maybe. Oh, please stop saying we. But I think that possibly it could be a move where Patriots weren't offering something good right now because they might not have the money yet, and maybe he's saying, "Okay, I'll come back in the future." Because like he's like
it was money. It was
I don't know which
talent.
one of you guys said. Yeah, Frank said it was a pit stop. This could be a pit stop move. So maybe this is just a pit stop to get him to New England for a possible trade or for a signing with more money. So who knows? But or maybe it just was a bad meeting and it just was like, nah, not gonna work out. I'm gonna just
By
go.
reports, it was a good meeting. It was just came down to what D Hop wanted. If he said if he wants to win, he said he wants to win. He wants to be in a winning organization, and he wants to make money at the same flight that he's been making because he feels as though he can still be the same player that we've known him to be. Now it's going to be interesting to see whether he can make that and replicate that production. Especially who's the quarterback at Tennessee right now? It's not Tannehill no more.
It's up for grabs. It's
It's up for
between
grabs.
Tannehill, Malik Willis, or Will Levis. It's probably going to be Tannehill again with a mix of Malik Willis. I don't think Levis will really get a turn this year. He'll get some preseason shine, but I don't think he's going to really get a lot of time. So I honestly think it'll probably be.
I don't know if he's gonna get those incentives, bro. I ain't gonna hold to you, especially with that roster. They're not built for it. Especially in terms of the AFC right now, someone's trying to make noise until this was a money move. This is strictly a money move. A money move and not wanting to go over to the New England Patriots and playing with Mac Jones. That
Yeah,
was it
it
was
doesn't.
from the
As far
Titans.
as Hop, like the caliber of wide receiver he is, the move you're going to an offense that's predominantly a run first offense, and you're going to be on the back end with the play action scheme. So he's not gonna get. I think his production might be middle of the road, or he might just get his averages.
It's
Yeah, I think the averages might be his incentives. I hope to see that they'll tell us about these incentives. Maybe his incentives. Maybe he's looking at it like, oh, this place is offering the best for my incentives because they know. Because if you go to Kansas City and your incentive is 1,000 yards, that's probably easy to reach. But if you go to Tennessee, they probably know, okay, these are unrealistic incentives, so let's reduce it to 750. So maybe it's like a incentive that he thinks maybe I could get that. You know, maybe that's what it is. I
like
really hope.
touchdowns or some tip like that, but that's still.
Yeah, it's got to be something to it because 26 million. I wouldn't say he's a top receiver, but that's kind of low for him. I don't know, man. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like this contract is really D-Hop material?
No, the market dictated that, honestly, bro. Like you would think that the caliber of talent that he is, that a lot of teams would be drooling and itching for the chance to get him in for even a meeting. Nobody did that. The only team he got to sit down with was the Patriots. The market was, we kind of got a good situation. Like Platt was talking about with the Cowboys earlier, talking about why they're kind of not out of it. Well, I mean, if y'all got him, that kind of stunts CD, so it really don't really make no sense for y'all to pick him up. Or talking about other situations like, why don't he go
CD
to the
not a number one.
Why he don't go to Cleveland? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have thought Cleveland would have been interesting if he had went with Deshaun Watson.
Damn.
Well, you know,
CD's not a number one.
so bad, but like, hey, you know what I mean? We're going with the Titans. Like, the market was what it was, bro, and it was between the Titans and the Patriots, and he was hoping that the Bills or the Chiefs will be able to throw him a big bag and say, hey, come on down for a year, and it just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the OBJ's treatment with that tip because he didn't want to wait for it.
But I got a question real quick. No, I had to pause that, because you said they didn't throw the big back. I just had to pause that. But
I mean, big bag. Come, what's pause about big bag?
I thought he would have talked about when he said that tip. I thought that was the pause tip. No, see, I thought that
he
was
going. He was going wild. He was
but
going wild.
Kenneth be speaking that Florida Tampa Bay slang, and they say that tip a lot. So I guess I'm like, okay, that's him.
But
what?
I got a question. I got a question. I got
Pat, the Rainbow Coalition gatekeeper.
Hey, but not for real. I got a question though. So
That
let me
man
ask.
Frank,
What is?
that man Frank said it is not June no more. I'm coming for him.
Hey,
Pause.
back. Pause. Hey, so what is
Pause.
like normal like wide receiver money right now? You know what I mean? Like what is top tier wide receiver
Okay,
money right
see,
now?
top tier. Difference between top tier and normal. Top tier, I feel like he should maybe at least get over 50. But then again, it's a 2 million. 2 year, so that's 13 million a year.
Right.
I think he's at least worth 20 million. So 40. I think he's at least worth 40 at the very least. Because I can
So
get you want to talk about the injuries, the suspension, maybe his production, but his production hasn't been that decreased because he's only like 29, 31. He's in that range. So I think he's still at least worth 20 million a year for a 2-year deal. I
and
would
that's
at the
is
very
that
least.
is that what people are doing now? Like is it 20 a year normally for wide receivers?
For top tier
Normally
at
about
the
three.
bare
Normally about
minimum, because I'm pretty sure I
40.
can name some B-list guys that are getting getting some money.
Yeah, normally for a wide receiver to get signed 2 to 3 years, if you're really good, maybe 4 if we believe that you're gonna be able to keep that
But I'm
production
gonna
up
say
with
his
the offense
Well,
tight too.
production has
I
been
ain't talking
solid
years.
though.
I'm talking money though. I'm
Like
talking
money
money.
wise, come on.
Money
Like I
like
think
20,
that
30.
the 26 could he get a little bit more? Yeah, I think he could get a little bit more than 26, right? But his production, I mean, for what he giving you, and ain't no guarantee here. Like the 2 year 26 is this is really just a tryout. Really, it's like, do he still got it? Can he still produce what he used to produce? If he could at least give you almost 900 yards, at least, okay, that's something we might need to be working up the number of the contract. But last year he did almost 700, and the year before that he did 500. But the year before the 500, he gave you 1,400. You see what I'm saying? That's a huge dip off. So it's like, yeah, he played less games, but still, it's just the fact that those numbers have dipped a little bit. And for right now, the 2 years 26 is just really to see if he still got it. If he still has it and he could give you 900 each season, or at least if you want to go at the most, really 1,100 yards per season. Oh, we need to get that number up there. We need to bring that number up to at least 40. But it's all about what that production is going to be looking like. Because I look at the game like as a fan, but also you got to look at it as, in this point, you have to look at it as of a businessman. If I'm going to invest more than 30 or 40 million dollars into this person, I expect him to give me 30, 40 million dollars worth of what I'm putting in. If I 26, that's me being really nice because I'm paying for the name value of DeAndre Hopkins. But I need, but I
That's
need
true.
production. I need the
That's true.
production of it.
That's true because you are on a running base offense. So I could understand how it's like, well, we don't pay receivers high anyway because we're a run first offense. So that to me is telling me that he is joining this team for a different reason because I'm pretty sure he could have gotten more money.
Is he even
I'm pretty
is
sure
he
this
even
is
the number one
not.
option? Because I mean, AJ Brown is still there.
Bro, the money was not there
No,
for
he's
him.
not. Don't try my Eagles like that. He's the reason we made the Super Bowl. AJ Brown is with
Oh,
us. Come on,
oh,
man.
he's with. Oh, I didn't
Bro,
know he was with the
I'm
Eagles.
not
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he's the
Oh,
reason we got to there. Honestly, him and Jalen have been working together since college days. They really it really the reason why a lot of people say Jalen Hurts has gotten better is because of the system, because of the quarterback coach who's now our offensive coordinator. Those are all great, but at the end of the day, they got him a number
my
one
bad, my
target,
bad.
his boy
I take
that
that
he
back.
works
That was
out
my
with
bad.
in the offseason.
I
Yeah,
in
you
my
good,
mind,
you
I was
good.
like, damn,
But
AJ
yeah,
Brown still in. My
no.
bad.
They have no number one receiver. I think
Yeah,
they signed
nobody.
Robert Woods, I believe,
Nobody.
the previous year, but he wasn't really doing anything. He was only good with LA when Stafford was just throwing the ball
Okay,
everywhere
then yeah.
that one year.
Playing with them on Madden was so tough.
Who?
The Titans, man, that shit was so tough to do anything. All you could
Yeah.
do is run. Everybody
Yeah,
knows what you about to
that's
do.
about it.
So
Yeah,
so you got
and even when they had
DeAndre Hopkins
Mariota,
being your
it was
number one
all run.
option, but you're a running team.
That's dangerous for a great quarterback. That's dangerous for a great consistent quarterback.
Which is that's right.
So because they were dangerous when they had AJ Brown because it was like, dang, AJ could go crazy. You know what I'm saying? He had like almost a Michael Thomas type of year where if you get him on a slant, he still does that with Philly too as well. It's just a little bit different. Well, with Philly, he's became more of a deep ball threat. In the Titans, when he was with the Titans, he wasn't really a deep ball guy. He was just a slant because that was the best thing that Tannehill could do was get you a slant across the middle. He didn't have that arm that Jalen Hurts could get because you look back at that Super Bowl, it's like 3 or 4 deep balls that went to AJ Brown. He went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even the rest of the season before the Super Bowl, AJ Brown was the deep threat, and he could do the slant. He could do both. So with D Hop, it's just going to be another consistent grab. But at the end of the day, I just think he joined because he really just likes the team. Because he could have definitely got some more money somewhere, and he could have definitely got on a team where he would be a more effective player. So maybe he just wants to take a step back because you look at it, his entire career, he has been the number one guy. And it hasn't really gotten him anywhere. So maybe he's looking at it like, maybe I want to take a step back towards the back end of my career. Because I was the number one guy in Houston, got traded away. Number one guy in Arizona, and all the drama that happened with that. So maybe he wants to just start taking a step back. Maybe
he can still be the number one wide receiver, just be the number.
Yeah, because he's gonna be the number one
He's
wide
gonna
receiver.
be the number two guy.
He ain't trying to take no step back. He's trying to get one more.
Of course you'll be the number one wide receiver, but I'm saying the number one, like we're making plays for you. They're not going to be doing that because in Arizona, every play was kind of based in a way where how can we get the ball in D Hop's hand? Same way in Houston, how can we get the ball in D Hop's hand? Now it's going to be okay, D Hop. When we need you, we'll call you.
So you think this is a prove it deal?
D Hop is 30.
No, I don't think it's a prove it deal. I think it's just him saying, I want to take a step back. So because like I'm saying, I feel like he could have joined a contender or he could have joined a team where he was going to get the ball a lot. But he joined a team where he's not going to get the ball a lot.
But Rouse just told us, I mean, pretty much like nobody else wanted him.
I think other teams wanted him.
No, they did.
I think they did.
Only 4 teams were interested in D Hop. And it was the Patriots, the
publicly,
Titans, the Bills.
Publicly.
Everybody else said they was out. They was good. Look at the situations. Look at that wide receiver.
Publicly. No, I'm saying publicly though.
Yeah.
That's publicly what we know. There's a lot of teams. We got to remind ourselves. There's a lot of teams that don't happen.
A lot of teams that say, "Hey,
if there was
we
another
really
team,
want
he would have went there immediately."
Publicly is when you probably get somewhere in negotiations. Privately is hey, you want to join us? No. Okay, hang up the phone. But it's like it becomes public when it becomes okay, call me back Wednesday, we can talk a little bit more. Maybe, or like when it becomes like an actual possible progress of things. I think the private conversations, when it first happened, every team was on his door. Every team was on his agent's phone. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I can
publicly
see that.
it just wasn't a lot. But private, because that happens all the time. You know, it's like, as soon as they say he's up for the market, you shoot the shot at least. You shoot the shot. Exactly, like with Dame. It's like you shoot the shot. I'm pretty sure New York then shot the shot 30 times until the man said, no, it's only Miami. They said, okay, well, all right, we out.
They say no to them. So, like you say, I could definitely see that.
I mean, the Titans got DeAndre Hopkins and the Patriots got DeAndre Parker. Yeah, that's even. Yeah, that's even.
You do DeAndre Parker like that.
Hey, I'm about to say that. Why that man?
That man said, "What you?"
Why you gotta catch it straight?
Hey, he just hit Kendall with the "What you say fuck me for?"
Like, why you say fuck me for?
Ain't no shout out to DeAndre. It's just like, bro, there was no market, bro. That's why it was so dragged out. Like normally, wide receivers like him, you would have been. It would have happened a month ago. We'd have seen that. Oh yeah, everybody wants some Carolina, Atlanta.
Yeah.
About Jacksonville, they got too much anyways. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these teams with quarterbacks where they say, oh, he could go on to go to play with great talent. The situation is pretty solid. So now you're looking at the areas where you're looking from Dak Prescott to Kirk Cousins on down. So it's like, where's the best situation for him to go? And there was no one
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes back to his wants. His wants weren't, I want to win. I want to be on a contender. His wants were, I want to be on a good line and a quarterback that's willing to develop. So it's like maybe it does kind of, if you look at that does kind of sound like somebody who's willing to just be on a team, not really be on a contender or be on a team where he's got to be that guy. Because like I said, he's on the back end of his career. And a lot of guys at the back end of the career, you either start to make decisions that's based off of winning a championship, or you start to make decisions based off of like, how do you want to retire? How do you want to like treat your body in the back end? So
it's not too far from home too. And like you say, I mean,
exactly.
The nigga don't want to ain't nobody playing for Atlanta. Ain't nobody signing there, bro. That shit dead.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling y'all, stop bringing our name up. We not signing nobody. We broke. We not trying to win this shit. Like
we do the same. Like Dallas, the same in the same boat.
Oh, he could go to Atlanta. No, he's not.
Nah, they're not coming, bro. They're not coming. So Uh, yeah, I mean, he could be setting up for his post career for sure.
Yeah, we'll see,
Not too
and
far
hope
from
and
South
maybe
Carolina.
yeah, not too far, right down the road probably. So we'll see. Maybe it'll have to get there as we get there.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he could be able to come out of this and make a bigger bag at 33, bro. But till then, maybe top 10.
Yeah,
Maybe
30,
top 10.
33,
Maybe.
33 getting a big bag is rare. So
Nah, yeah, he'll
yeah,
probably get
I
another
think
20.
this was his last. See, the tough thing about this was probably his last chance to get the big bag. If he was going to get another big bag, this would have been his last one. And it's like, once you accept that low deal, now they're gonna
I'm,
look at it like, oh, if you was gonna take that, what I need to pay you for?
I mean,
Unless this team is really sure he can get them over the hump. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
the Raiders didn't even throw a bag at him, bro. And the Raiders have money. They got Jimmy G. Why didn't they throw
Yeah,
opportunity?
they do have some bread. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams.
Shit,
Ooh,
they need
that's a lot. That's
they need
too much to handle as a
downfield.
quarterback.
Like Jimmy G
That's
already
too,
needs help. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would have made sense, but this was the best quarterback situation plus the money for him. So it makes sense for him as an individual player, but all in all, it's going to kind of play him in the back burners in terms of receivers coming up next year.
I'm sorry. What quarterback do they have?
Jimmy G.
No,
Jimmy G?
no. Kenneth just said the Titans. You said the Titans was the best situation, right?
I mean, in terms of quarterback situation, I mean, in terms of anywhere else, like it's a quarterback roulette. But out of those three, it's like
Yeah,
shit.
what quarterback
Everybody
do they
else,
have?
like they can't really
No,
get
out
him.
of what three though? You're saying the Titans, the
you wanna
Raiders,
take
and the
Hill.
Isn't
Patriots?
Ryan Tannehill still their quarterback?
Yeah, well,
For now.
arguably, yeah. First is Mac Jones,
For now.
or what's the other guy over there?
Malik
Bailey Zappi?
Willis and Will Levis.
I mean, honestly, but I mean, for the money that he just took right here, I'm willing to bet a lot of teams could have afforded this. You know what I mean? So I
Oh
don't.
yeah.
So I don't think it's just like for example the Chargers.
They got
Like
Oh yeah. Because their
I
receivers
don't
get
know.
hurt a lot.
I
Mike
don't know if
Williams,
they
Keenan Allen.
too sold
they
up.
are.
Yeah, Seattle. I don't know if they too sold up.
Like I said, I think it's just personal. I think he personally wanted this because everybody could have offered that deal.
Facts. That's what I'm. Yeah,
It's got to
that's
be
why
a
I'm
personal
saying that.
move.
Like it's no way that you telling me that Ryan Tannehill was his best quarterback. He could have
Was the
chose.
best.
You know,
And 26 million was the best money.
I'm taking Mac Jones over that man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I'm taking them Duck and Dobbs.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ryan Tannehill done made it a little bit. Has he made it further in the playoffs?
No, maybe one round. No, didn't they go to?
I mean, but I'm not. You can't. That's a team. That's a team thing.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not even looking at this.
And
as
Ryan's
a team.
been in the league a lot.
I'm looking at this straight up as like like player, like you said, developing X, Y, and Z. Like I'm taking Mac.
Mac Jones has been to a Pro Bowl.
He got way more, upside. I guess if you want to say where he can still grow. Like you say, he's been, than Ryan. Like we know what he's gonna be, and that ain't much.
Yeah, ain't much. But the Patriots could offer more money and have Mac Jones. So why he didn't go there? Well, we'll see.
Asking the Patriots to offer more money is crazy. Dude, that's not gonna happen.
He probably didn't want to go there.
That's true. He probably didn't want to live in no damn Boston.
That shit cold.
Glenn probably gave him one deal, and he said no. All right, bet. I guess that's just the end of the conversation. There.
His mom's probably wouldn't even be able to come to some of the games. Like no funny shit. Like she's blind, stuff like that. Like and snow and all that. Like she already be struggling with some of the away games or some stuff.
Racist, bro.
Think about it. Yeah, that too. And you think about it, he's been in the South all his life. Because even when you go to Arizona, it's like it's still the South. You're still in the Southwest, and it's like you're still close to Texas, which he was at in Houston. So it's like you still have some of the same type of culture there between Texas and Arizona. It's kind of the same a little bit, parts of Texas at least. But and then going to college, where'd he go? Clemson and stuff like that. So it's like he's a Southern guy, and this keeps him still in the South. So yeah, like you said, with his mom and everything, it would have been tough going up to Boston. Yeah. And let's be honest, Brady was the only person that ever brought anyone to Boston, or maybe even made anyone consider Boston. I don't think any free agent is going to go to Boston. They're going to become the Portland of the NFL soon. it's unfortunate.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Just being honest.
Been known as that though. That's what got them
What
champions.
attracts you there? What attracts you there
It was
outside of the history?
Now there's no more winning.
Really,
so there's no more attraction.
I guess that's why I like both teams. They remind me of Miami a little bit because really Miami never like the Miami Heat because Miami Heat never really sign a lot of big free agents. They always do a lot of in-house growth. So that's what New England really does is a lot of in-house growth. It's never like we really just hate being there. It's really like they keep it inside the house. If you have a certain image, you really can't come in.
Yeah, but that's easy to do when you have the best quarterback in the world. When you had the best quarterback in the world, it's easy to do that. Or you had a superstar at the least. Because at least with Miami, you have Jimmy Butler at least to feed off of while you develop those guys. With New England, you had Tom Brady to feed off while you develop those guys. But when you don't have a superstar on that team, how do you develop? Your best superstar is your defensive end, Matthew Judon.
LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton. By his choice. Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. These are big name people who decided to go to Miami because Miami was a place to go to. New England, no, it's still a place. I mean, it's still a place that people. What is Dame saying right now? Like the man's saying right now, like I want to go play over there. You know what I'm saying? There's other places he could have went. There's other places he could have said he went. Yeah, bro, we could say that's because Jimmy Butler always won. It's because Miami. He could have said somewhere else. New England does not have the. Hold on, somebody got a echo, but New England does not have the same attraction as Miami. Like it just doesn't. You know what I mean? Like New England, I could definitely see New England becoming the next Portland if they don't start winning again. You know what I mean? Like look at Buffalo. Who wanted to go there?
And they build their team up.
It's Boston versus South Beach.
They didn't got their team going. Yeah, now Buffalo, people want to go to Buffalo now, but people have always wanted to go to Miami. Miami's always been an attraction.
Not to switch to basketball right now, but I'm just saying we'll talk about that later. But Miami, as a Miami fan, even post LeBron, the post Big Three, right, bro, there was a whole like gap in between that and Jimmy where nobody was coming out. And the biggest free agent we could get was Goran Dragic. And that's...
Bro, you want to know what's so crazy about that? You want to know how long that gap was?
2 or
3 years. That's so long.
For NBA?
Well, we got Dame Lillard, who's been in the league since he was in 2011, who can't get nobody to come over there, and it's 2023.
He said he don't want nobody.
Man, he ain't say that, bro. This man that advocated for so many people online consistently every year. He said he ain't want to go nowhere.
And he said I ain't trying to do no super team.
And he even started dissing all those big names.
True, but this is the thing.
Moving around trying to hop to different teams to chase that ring.
What was Portland doing to do player development to get any of those players that they've drafted? And there was a lot of players that we've all known from here and there going bouncing around the league, and they actually held in the house all together. Why weren't they able to develop when they had those players together? You gotta look at the organization. You gotta look at coaching. You gotta look at the situation that you had around. Because yes, you could have a star player like a Dame, a young LeBron. You could have a young MJ. But if you're not doing the things to set him up for success, you're setting that player up for failure. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens when we be like, damn, this man averaged 30, but shit, he was nowhere near to play in. So why we even talk about his stats? Those are empty stats. And it's messed up to do because sometimes those greats, when they're at their all-time prime peak, they're doing everything they can just to get 25 games. You know what I mean? And that's what happened with Dame. You literally had one star until the whole cupboard went empty. New England, they put out everything to try and keep getting championship after championship. Even though they tried different pieces, moved it out, that didn't work out, moved a player a year too early. They were able to keep making things fresh. Portland literally had Batum, Wesley Matthews,
and Dame ain't.
Aldridge,
Dame ain't Tom Brady. Dame not Brady. That's the elephant.
And still never able to put all that together. You can't blame it on all three coaches that you had since Damian been there. It wasn't on them. So who was it that put the talent around? Who was supposed to be in charge of saying, "Oh, we're gonna make sure Wesley becomes a better defender while he's here, so let him go to Indiana and be that." So you like seeing Batum Cook over there in the Clippers?
Nah, that's a fact. But I mean, I would say this too. Like Dame, not Tom Brady, neither. But
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But LeBron, even though LeBron was in Cleveland, I think maybe they had a better coach or a better like GM situation. Maybe they could have got somebody over there. But you know, still niggas was like, bro, I'm not trying to go to Cleveland. You know what I mean?
that. I
So
mean, Dame with no pop or nothing. So it's like, what
facts.
did we do to really? Oh, can y'all even? I remember Terry Slots. Do y'all know another? Chauncey Billups. Now, I think they had two other coaches.
I think it was Terry Stotts and Chauncey. I really think that was it. If they had another coach at the beginning, I'd be surprised.
I could have sworn they did in the very beginning.
It was
'Cause
Terry
was like
Stotts.
somebody before that Terry.
He was there. He was literally there the whole
Terry Stotts
time until Chauncey Billups pulled up.
But back to the
But yeah.
back. I mean, I will
But
say like I brought that up because you know the comparison between Miami and New England, and I just don't see New England being a place that you want to go. Like, and especially D Hop being in the South, like darn near all his life.
yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
that's
not
what
going
I mean. It just goes back to Melly Mel's point of it all that this was a personal decision. That's all it really was. It wasn't nothing like everybody offered something to him, but for him, this had to be more personal. It's to show, hey, like Melly Mel said, I've been the number one option all this time, but I haven't done anything. I haven't been able to win anything. So this might be his time where he's like, you know what? Let me go a different route for this whole entire situation.
Yeah, and that just shows the maturity of him. Maybe he's saying, maybe I could probably win if I'm not the guy that they trying to make a play for every single week in and week out.
I got a question though.
Drive.
Who's won like that? Like, can somebody tell me that? Who has won
as the number one receiver
in football? No. In football, like just as a one guy. You know what I mean? Like damn,
nobody.
You look
and I think that's what he's starting to realize.
And
nobody has won like that.
So I don't understand why the guys don't understand that early, because like football players, to me, you would have to be, and I mean, of course, the players, I guess, when we sit down and we think about it, and I'm not trying to attack the players at all. You know, you'll hear some of the players say it themselves, but you know, they may not be the brightest, but a lot of those guys are really smart. Like you got guys who become doctors and X, Y, and Z because you have to be to know the game. So it becomes a chess level. I don't understand how, if you understand chess, like every pawn is important just as much as my two bishops is, and just as much as my queen and my king is. So and my knights, like every piece is important. So I don't really understand why they think like, because you can't win a game with just a bishop or a knight. You know, like that. It just doesn't happen.
This isn't basketball. This is not basketball, because there's been certain teams in basketball that have gotten pretty far with just one. That's really a stretch too. But I would say it's more likely to happen in basketball than in football, because football is so team oriented. We had this conversation last episode about, you know, the individualism within football and basketball, how it's a little bit different. So with wide receivers, I've yet to see a team in the NFL that sole offense is one receiver. I've yet to see it happen. We almost saw it with Brady and Randy Moss, and maybe that was the blueprint for the guys of our generation, because we got to remind ourselves, most of these receivers that are in the top grew up in the same age as us, age bracket as us, watching one of your first Super Bowls. Me personally, my first Super Bowl I can remember was Brady against Donovan McNabb, because it was in Jacksonville and I lived there at the time. But I barely remember the actual game. The first actual Super Bowl game I remember fully might have been the year before Brady, when it was what's the one with Devin Hester? The Bears and the Colts. That's the first full game I really remember. Actually, you know what? I don't even say that. I remember watching it, but the first real game I can fully remember was the Patriots and the Giants, because it was so historical. And I just remember the comeback and all those types of things. So it's like a lot of these receivers grew up in an era where they saw Randy Moss and Tom Brady do that for a year, where you could be the number one target and still make it. And I don't think I can name a team that has gotten that far yet to that. I'm trying to think. Maybe we could say Cooper Kupp and the Rams, but Stafford really shared that wealth a little bit too. So
Yeah, because they had a OBJ that was underneath to help share that
Yeah, because
load.
they had. Yep, you're right. They brought in OBJ towards the end of the season, and that kind of really took them over the hump of
Like
like, okay, are they going to be a playoff team or are they going to be a team that possibly wins it? And that brought them over the hump of, oh, they might win it. They're making moves to win it. The Von Miller move, those
Well,
types of
I
things.
say to
I
Because
feel like
Von Miller
Deion.
was
to
a midseason
mention
move too.
Pat's point earlier. Well, to answer his question kind of earlier, when he was like, "Why didn't they go ahead and do all this earlier in their careers?" Because majority of the time, yes, like Melly Mel said, they grew up just like us, watching this, seeing the blueprint of it all. But also, you gotta think when you're young and you putting up the numbers you putting up, and that team is sitting there throwing you that prime time player money, like when you get money like that, it's like, bruh, you're not really thinking, man, the chip. Because once you get that bag, it's like, bro, I'm locked in for $60 million, $70 million, whatever. And you like, bro, that chip. I hope this you gonna tell the team, like, yo, let's go and start getting pieces of I want to win a chip, but that ain't the first main priority. That first priority is like they're young coming in. They talking about getting that bag. Because once you get that bag, then you can start messing with the chip, and, chasing the chip and everything. But it's that getting the bag, then you're like, oh man, let me get that chip. Now we're in that DeAndre Hopkins is in that part where it's like, I need that chip to be a part of that conversation of greats. Because is he great? Yes, he's great right now because we've grown up knowing DeAndre Hopkins. But will the story of DeAndre Hopkins constantly be told after all of us, not saying all of us pass away, but as we get older, as the new guys are coming up, like as will we be talking about DeAndre Hopkins more,
That's
like the
real.
same way we talk about Jerry Rice, or because I mean Jerry Rice was great in his time, but now if Jerry Rice played right now, like it could have been a whole totally different story. So it's like, are we going to still be
Facts.
talking about DeAndre Hopkins in the same light that we're talking about him now? That's just all it is about.
Nah, that's real. And something you made me think about when what you just said is, um, I mean, looking at like I kind of just thought about his years in the league. So you get drafted, right? You get drafted with their rookie deals is 3 years, is it not? Is it 2, 3 to 4 years or something like that? Can somebody?
Depending on the round you get drafted. Depending on the
All
round you
right,
get
depending on
drafted.
the rounds. Well, he was a first rounder, or what was he?
Boo.
I think on average, rookie contracts with first round draft picks in the NFL like 3 years, three
All
years.
right, let's say three
He
years.
was a 2013 pick, first round, pick number 27.
Okay, so let's just say 3 years, right? So he already had to come in the league at 21 because you got to go to college for 3 years. So 3 years. Now he's 24. Then he, like Najee said, I'm on my rookie deal. I need to get the bag, because I agree. Like, you look at the NBA, like that's how I look at. I mean, anybody who coming into any pro sports, get that bag first, then talk championships. So he gets the bag from Houston. Of course, when I'm going out there, I'm still gonna try and ball. I'm still gonna try and set up a team to win. Hopefully, I can do both. You know what I mean? But first priority is get that bag. He got the bag. Then he went over to Arizona, tried to see if something could shake over there. Still trying to be number one, but also getting more money because he still got that bag. He got hella money from Arizona still. And then, now this looks like more of a legacy move, like we've been talking about, something just for, later in the future, but also some help where now you got the power horse with with 22 coming out the back, Derrick Henry, and then you got DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm not, and so the people know I'm not a football guy. And so that's why I'm breaking it down like this for anybody else who's not really a football guy, so y'all can really understand, because this game is not checkers. You know what I mean? Like, this
Oh
is
no,
real
I'm about to
deal
say
chess.
I'm not a
Just
football
as
guy either. So we talking the same talk, man.
yeah, yeah. This is real deal
To
chess.
the learning that shit the hard way, being like, dang, my favorite player, and I think he should be here to retire forever. And it's like, dang, they cut that man real short. One of my favorite players was Vic. Like, seeing how that whole thing unfolded, like how quickly you could become a star and see how everything burned out. You know what I
Yeah, well,
mean?
the Vic situation, he brought that upon
Yeah,
himself. That's hard to,
yeah, but
that's
like
hard to,
it's a different subject, but just saying like just seeing how the business can really turn on you for real, like just off of a mistake or a Gilbert Arena situation, like bro, you get to really see like, yo, like as long as you doing good, you're hoping your image is good, oh everything's
The
straight.
NFL has a bad history of like when it comes to certain players and certain situations go down. I'm not talking about like I'm talking about like domestic violence, like actual crimes, like they kind of like brush it on the rug, suspend them for a few games, and then let them get back out there. But so I think as far as like that Michael Vick situation, it could have been handled differently. But
yeah. It depends on your crime. If
because he
you
never
do
got
anything
caught himself fighting dogs, but it
exactly,
was at his
but it's
house.
just the fact that it was in your
And
name, y'all was in the
and
same sentence. They don't like
he
it.
knows the people that did
When
it.
it comes, and this is unfortunate. I hate to say this, but it's the sad truth. When it comes to domestic violence and assaults, they tend to brush it under the rug. Sexual assault, domestic assault, those types of things, they tend to really brush it under the rug, which is unfortunate. But when it comes to like a gun charge or like you said with dogfighting, they're looking at that like, oh no, you're horrible, horrible. And it's unfortunate because it's like why they should be held to the same standard. Don't brush this one under the rug, but then ridicule him for this. So
We
there's a
don't
whole
ever
different psychology to that, but we'll get into that another
bring up
time.
that from back in the day, but you know what I'm saying, certain things like you
Say again?
said, you don't bring up the Big Ben thing. We don't ever talk about
Yeah,
that.
they don't.
No, we
And
don't.
it's because
There's
it's
certain
pretty
things.
common in that. Because it's something that's possibly common more in the office spaces. Because you look at the Washington Commanders owner, you know what I'm saying? Like it was something that was known that was going on for years and years and years that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if it's something that they do, they'll brush it under the rug. But they don't ride around with guns. They don't participate in dogfights. They don't do those types of things. So they're gonna look at it like, oh no, we can't have that. But if it's something that most of them are already doing anyway, they'll find a way to brush it under the rug for you for the right price. It's
Well,
unfortunate, but that's how it is.
if your production if your intolerance outmeets your production, then yeah, they're gonna cut you. If they can't take, if your production drops, then your tolerance. Like if you're being, they say, oh, we always notice you in the media, but you're not doing nothing on the field. Why do we keep you? You're a distraction. That's how they're gonna break it down. And even in contract negotiations, even in the rooms where they keep away from the players and the media, when they talk amongst themselves, who we bringing back, who do we like in this area, until that's how they break it down and saying, oh, as long as you continue to do the right things by us, we're gonna make sure you're gonna be taken care of. That's generally the message when it comes down to like really being in the NFL. Like look at Dak Prescott with the flag thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a whole nother thing. It was like, yo, what the heck is this man just running with Jerry Jones' message? But really,
What are
really,
you talking about?
remember with the when they talking about with the captain they were taking the knee thing, and Jerry was like,
Oh,
none
the
of my
flag.
players,
Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah.
players were doing that, and Dak had to hold on. You know what I'm saying? Put him in a weird spot, and then here comes Jerry walking himself down on the field to go take a little knee for about 2 seconds and get back up. You know what I mean? Like we see that, be like, oh, that's great, but we don't really take the understanding of what that really means, bro. Like, especially when it's you know what I'm saying? They'll sweep it on the rug, like you said, bro. Oh, that happened, but we made it right, so it's all good. Don't trip, you guys.
Hey,
How
watch
about
the
it?
slander.
Yeah.
There you go. There go a cowboy. He gonna
Here
defend
we
his
go.
boys.
I knew it
You know what I'm
was gonna
There
saying?
you
come.
go.
Don't get me started on Jerry Jones. Don't get
Watch
me
this.
started on
Don't
him.
get
You know
started.
what? Hey, you can crucify that one. Hey, we ain't got nothing to say about him. Even though he the owner,
Oh, I
though,
get the
it's the
green
worst
light.
part. It's the
You get
worst
the
part
green
of it all. Did you get the green light? Hey, green light gang on that one. As soon as we can get him, sell that team. Sell that. Hey, all that. As soon as we can get him up out of there.
Give it to
Yeah.
Steven. Just give it to Steven. Just
Nah,
go
bro.
home.
No, that's
Bro.
the number
Get it
one
out of
hater
the
of it.
family.
No, that's the
Get it
last
out of the
person.
family, dog. We gotta go. It got to go.
I think as
For
soon as
real though.
Jerry Jones sell that franchise to an actual respectable owner, they'll start winning.
For real.
Because honestly, Jerry
Agree.
Jones is really toxic. I'm glad we brought him up. I'm talking about Jerry Jones real quick. I got a little monologue.
Okay,
Get
talk
This
to
man
him.
Jerry
Hey,
Jones really
get
is
'em.
toxic, bro. Like from the Tony Romo to Terrell Owens situation to the Ezekiel Elliott
Get
situation.
'em.
he just toxic. Like instead of being an owner, like just having a team, he's like, no, I gotta operate the team. Yeah, I gotta be the general manager. I gotta be the coach. Because Jason Garrett was not a bad coach. Yeah, get rid of him. We
Let's
went
talk about it.
11-5 and got bounced out the playoffs. Yeah, get rid of him. I'm like, what? So yeah, Jerry Jones is like super toxic. He's like that. He's like that girlfriend, like your ex. She bad and all, but like every time you get around her, like it's just not a good time. It's like, oh, I had this going for me real good. All right, what happened? Well, it just didn't work out. I'm like,
Jerry Jones
yeah,
is the
get
real
rid of
puppet
him.
Every time
master,
you get
man.
around, you remember you used to go away.
He really,
You
he
get around, you
literally
remember
those
why you went
coaches,
away.
everybody that he hired as a coach, Garrett, McCarthy, all of them, really, they like Jerry, like Cooley said, man. Jerry Jones is pulling all the plugs and all the strings on that. So when they lose, it's Jerry Jones. It ain't really even them sometimes. So it's like, bruh, he only hires people that he know he gonna bully or that he gonna control. That's the only reason he hired them. So it's like like I don't know the Steelers head coach, but this man Mike Tomlin didn't have this job. I swear, ever since I've been born. I don't even remember when there was another coach.
It was Bill Coward. He won that first Super
Yeah,
Bowl with
I
him. The
remember.
dude
Yeah,
with the mustache.
but
Yeah,
I
he
feel
won
like
that first bowl with him.
And
I
then he
feel like Tomlin
retired
Yeah,
been
then he
around ever since
retired. Yeah, he
we've been
retired.
as
They
an
kids.
gave him the
analyst.
keys.
So it's like, bro,
Yeah, he has, because I remember that other bowl, the one against Arizona. That was the one that Tomlin had got. But that first bowl against the Seahawks, that old one from like back when the Seahawks had Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander and Jerome Bettis was still on the Steelers. That's when they won that
I'm
one.
saying, like,
That's
man,
when
See,
Cowherd
you
had
really
won
think
that
the
one.
owners be bullying Mike Tomlin? Because ain't no way. Mike Tomlin
hell
just seems
no.
like a dude.
Nah, I don't know what it is. I don't know why this brothers and kept it, because a lot of people talk about the Rooney Rule and how come
But
brothers don't
Mike
get no
Tomlin
job.
had a
It's
job
like,
forever.
there is one. Yeah, it's like this man didn't got it.
I
But
ain't
then
gonna lie,
again, he
Mike.
also has
He's
never
not.
had a
He's
single
not that.
losing season. That
Yeah,
helps.
This
That
That
man
helps,
has
helps.
but
been
He,
Pittsburgh
holding
is
it
different.
down as the head coach. He's been
yeah.
holding it
it
down.
does. The Pittsburgh being different does play a factor into it, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's still the
But
NFL.
yeah,
I
So
mean,
it's
I'm just saying,
like,
Jerry Jones.
yeah, but not
Jerry
He's
Jones
everybody got to
it's
pick.
to
be
the
on
He
point where
that.
like
he's
pick
like part
coaches.
of
He
their
picks fall.
identity.
So when the problem comes up,
Yeah,
that's the first guy you pick. You're gonna look at
ooh,
it like,
yeah, that's
oh
true.
man, Jason Garrett don't look like he know what he's doing.
It's the coach.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
even did it to Jimmy Johnson.
No, like what he does is like what Frank said, like the puppet master and everything. Like what he does is he literally he'll be like, I got this plan. All right, the plan go get the executing. It don't work
Yeah,
out. He get the pointing
he got a
fingers at
fall.
every else, but the one who came up with the
He got him
fucking
posted as
plan.
a fall
Like,
guy. Because if
His
something goes
because
down,
they
he
let
gonna
him
make
go.
sure his ass. He gonna make sure he covered. But guess what? Jason
Why
Garrett,
do you?
oh, he got to go because he's the reason we losing. Even though
He had to go. We got Bill O'Brien. We're gonna
Cause
keep
it's
him on
no
defense.
reason. Cause let's be honest. Like the Cowboys, let's be
Go
honest.
ahead,
The
Cole.
Cowboys have been underachieving as of late with all the talent. I'm talking about like lights out defense. Like me being unbiased, the Cowboys have a really, really good defensive unit. They had a good running game at one point. They had their quarterback. They had talent, and they just keep underachieving. And at some point, I just look at the whole franchise as a whole. Like, what's the common denominator? It's gotta be this man, JJ. JJ be acting like he a real dope fiend. Like, hey man, I just need a hit. You give him the hit, and then he like, oh man, I need another one. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. That man coined the famous phrase, "The buck stops at my desk." Yeah, that's the coach. But you come to old Jerry, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you good. If you my son, I'm gonna put you on TV. I'm gonna give you some advertisement. I'm gonna give you some promo. I'm gonna make sure you get the bad day. You take this cheaper contract from me. That star on your helmet is gonna put you somewhere. No, it's Jerry putting you somewhere. And we would have known the Cowboys were actually trying to get somewhere and actually win some games or actually be able to say we want to make a championship game, not even a Super Bowl. Let's get to the championship game first. They should have got Sean Payton. Why the heck y'all got Mike McCarthy? Like Boy just said earlier, Jerry loves a coach he could control to say whatever I say and go, you're gonna go with it and do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he kept Jason Garrett for as long as he did. That's why he let go. Tom, was it Tom when you let him go? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not, if you cannot be Jerry Jones' minion, then Jerry don't want you here. He doesn't want a headstrong coach like a Mike Tomlin. He doesn't want a Sean Payton. He definitely doesn't want to Bill Belichick. He don't want someone that's gonna
And
come
he
in and
don't
say,
want
"Hey,
players that
when he
have too
comes
much
to
of a
cook,
personality
let me
too.
get the groceries." Jerry wants to get the groceries and say, "I want you to be my 5-star chef." You can't do that. You can't have the 5-star chef and be mad and then be like, you know what?
And then
Nah,
he all
it's
in
on
the
you.
kitchen trying to tell you how to cook it. Like, nah, you need less of that. Nah, put more of this. I'm like, yo,
And then
I
be like,
thought
it's
this was my
trash.
recipe.
I thought you hired me to cook for you. The heck?
Yeah, that's what it is. The man is going crazy with the controlling and everything. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. Who's gonna be the future of the Dallas Cowboy head office? You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see. But before we move, what the hell? Before we move on out of here, I did want to show this one because this is something I just saw kind of on Facebook real quick. Shout out to NFL memes. They want to give them boys their credit, but I saw this right here. The Titans, where star receivers go to die. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know about the top two up there. I didn't know
Yeah.
Randy Moss and Andre Johnson was with them for, and
We don't
it
like to
probably
talk about
showed.
This definitely what came to my mind when Hop signed with the Tennessee Titans. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
thought
getting
about that with
it's getting
Julio, but
dark.
I didn't know about them first two up there that them boys went there and that happened to them. I'm like,
Because they
dog,
don't
that
pass the
is
ball like that. Like they're a run first defensive
yeah.
like team.
Because then even go back to when we was kids, Chris Johnson was a running back. They still never really had no star receivers. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure Randy and Andre probably signed when Chris Johnson was still on the team, and he was the main factor in the offense. At least Randy Moss. I don't know about Andre
You
Johnson
know
because
what's funny
Andre
about that?
Johnson he didn't leave
You know
until
what's funny
after
about
D
all
Hop
four
got
of them?
drafted.
They're all from the South too.
What? Yep,
Yeah.
they all yeah. Well, no, Randy's from West
That's
Virginia.
kind.
That's kind of the South, but
He
he country. He country. Yeah,
by the way he talks. Oh, he from the South.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, by the way he talked, yeah. Andre Johnson from Miami, Julio's from was he from Georgia or from Alabama? I know he went to Alabama, but is he from I
I
always
want to
get
say
him
he's
and
from
AJ
Georgia.
Green mixed up.
I think he's from.
I
I
think
I
don't
he
know
want to
is,
where.
say
yeah.
he's from Georgia, actually. No,
I
no, my
think
bad. He Alabama.
Alabama
He's from
for
Alabama.
real.
I remember. He's from I
Yeah, he
want to
from
say
Alabama, went to
he ain't from
Alabama,
Mobile,
but played
but
in Atlanta.
it's somewhere like
No, he probably
it's
from
like
closer to Atlanta,
Foley. He's from
Birmingham,
Foley.
best
He's from
up in
Foley.
Montgomery,
He from
maybe. Oh, okay. I don't know
he's
where
from
that's
Foley,
at, but
Alabama.
okay.
It's kind of on the tail. It's on that tail.
He and them
Yeah.
boonies and them sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're gonna pivot up out of here, man, with the NFL and the conversation. We're gonna tap into the wrestling match of the week. So go ahead, Playboy Troy, lead us and
Well,
talk to us.
well, well. If you listened to the episode last week, I told you about the tag team match of Bullet Club Gold, Jay White, and Rock Hard Juice Robinson and FTR. I told you they put on a banger. And last week, Bullet Club Gold had won, beating FTR, earning an opportunity at the tag team titles. And I came on here last week and I said that was a banger and that was my match of the week. And if I don't show up here next week talking about the 2 out of 3 falls that they was gonna have this past Saturday, something had happened to me. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here this week back again to tell you about this match that went down on AEW Collision Saturday night. Listen here. When I tell you tag team wrestling at its finest, I mean at its finest. I mean, I'm talking about you walking in the club and all of a sudden you seen Roll Bounce, right? You seen Sweetness enter. This is that match. When they do the whole entire introduction and they call out Sweetness, this is that match. Cause it's like everybody eyes was on it. Cause this match here, best 2 out of 3 falls. First person to 2 wins out of the match wins the whole entire thing. They end up doing the 1-on-1 situation that built that drama up, and man, the drama was built. Them boys went, I want to say they went 50 minutes in that match, and it was worth every single minute of it. Every single minute. It had me on the edge of my seat. I I have to work on Saturday nights, but I went back just to watch this match, and it was worth every minute. I'm telling you, you guys got to go check it out. My man Jay White, the Switchblade, him and Rock Hard Juice Robinson, they brought it, but FTR, Cash, and Dax, they brought it. They brought it too, and they tore that whole house down in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm telling you, go check it out. AEW Collision on TNT at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time. And with that, in my wrestling match of the week, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it over to that man, Melly Mel, with the soccer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, my boy, with the wrestling match of the week. We gonna get into it with the soccer, man. Unfortunately, I don't have a goal of the week. It's been a little bit quiet as the professional teams start to get back into their preseasons. So not a lot of high intensity goals that you would see because a lot of these preseason matches, the first ones they're going to be playing their B teams. The A teams are probably going to play a little bit later in the preseason before everything picks back up. And the MLS has been a little bit quiet this week too, and but I do have some important soccer news that you guys need to be on the lookout for this week and the rest of the summer. So, of course, right here, if you don't know now, Messi has officially signed with Inter Miami. We're recording this on Sunday, and they've announced him this evening as well. His first match will be, I think, Friday. Inter Miami plays Cruz Azul, which is a team in Mexico, and they'll be playing like in a league cup. It's basically like it's not the MLS regular season, but it's like I've talked about earlier in earlier episodes, it's basically a game within the season. It's a tournament match that they have. So that'll be his first match, and it'll be in Miami. I think it's on the Apple TV app, and I know it's Saturday, probably like 7:30 or something. Check it out. That'll be a good match to finally see this man play some soccer on our turf and play for a team within the MLS, which has been renowned, which has been known in the soccer world as the place where old people go retire at. All the European stars come retire here. David Beckham, Ibrahimovic, guys like that. They come over here to retire and just score a bunch of goals and leave. So that's something to be on the lookout for because Messi's still 35 years old. He's got a lot of soccer left to play. So he didn't come here to retire. He came here to win. And hopefully he's going to do that and change the way we view soccer, which can't wait to get into that. Definitely next week, I'll talk a little bit more about that game. Hopefully he might make the goal of the week or assist of the week or something. I definitely proud to put some highlights of him next week when they play that match. But I also want to talk about this right here. This starting here is the Women's World Cup 2023 out in Australia and New Zealand. The United States women team are looking to become the first three-peat in men's or women's World Cups. They've been winning back-to-back already. They won, what year is it, 2023? So 2019 they won, and then they won in 2015 as well. I think 2015 they beat Japan. I can't remember who they beat in 2019. I think it was a country I think it might have been Sweden or somewhere in Europe. But this year, if you take a look down there, Group E, they got Vietnam, Netherlands, Portugal. That's going to be a very tough group to get out of. The Portugal women has a very solid team, as well as the Netherlands. I haven't heard much about Vietnam. I think they're fairly new, as well as I think Jamaica's pretty new this year. Nigeria, Zambia is new as well. Haiti definitely new as well. So definitely a lot of countries within the African diaspora are hopping in. So hopefully I'm going to be pulling for them. Hopefully they can pull up some upsets. I believe Morocco is new as well. A lot of other teams have seen here before. I don't know if I've seen the Philippines yet in the last Women's World Cup. But it's going to be a definitely exciting one. I can't wait to see how that starts. That's going to start on the 20th. They'll kick off. I think the first game is going to be between Canada and Nigeria. Yeah, in Group B, they're going to start. There'll be the first initial game. And hopefully, the women can get a three-peat. I would love to see it because the men's team, they got knocked out of the Gold Cup. I know I've been showing some highlights of that this past couple of weeks. They got knocked out. Mexico just won it about a few minutes ago. I had it on while we was watching. They've won the Gold Cup for like the North American Soccer League that they were doing. So the men's team is still got a long ways to go before 2026 when we host the Men's World Cup here in the States. Hopefully America can, let that home field advantage get us further than the round of 16, that's all we've gotten far so in U.S. history. So, but the women though, back to them. They've been doing their thing, man. Let's hope we support them. One of the few times I really support a lot of American teams, really. So I really hope they get this three-peat because Rapinoe is going to be retiring. Alex Morgan is going to be the future. And we can see what they do, man. And, I'm also just pulling for great matches overall. If the USA doesn't win, I would love to see some of these other teams out of the diaspora or just in general, just a team that hasn't won it before, because that my whole time watching U.S. women's, it's been either USA, Japan or a team out of Europe. Hopefully one of these African or maybe even Asian countries possibly, sneak a win and just possibly see that. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that, y'all, with that. So with that, I'm gonna send it over to my boy Pat, and he's gonna let us get physical.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Real quick before we hop in here, let's do it right. We're gonna get physical, man. Let's get physical. We're trying out new segues, but basically, hopping into this is just a quick little workout set. Tomorrow it is chest and tricep day. So this is
Yes,
mostly just a little
sir.
bit of the chest. So we got the mile. We're gonna do a mile on the treadmill. One thing that I've definitely learned with my journey is definitely play with that incline when you hop on that treadmill. Try to get your incline up to about 5, and go at a pace from there where you can work, and start there and then go up, and build it up and build your incline. Go at a pace where you can get that mile done, and of course you can get the workout done afterwards. Decline bench, regular chest, incline, like we talked about before. Make sure you grab those dumbbells when you're rocking this. You don't have to just do the bar, because that compensation, in your arms. I know that I feel it when I'm doing something. I'm like, man, my right side, because I'm right-handed, my right side is pushing this bar, and I know my left side isn't working as much. So let me grab those dumbbells real quick and let me go to work there. And also talk about the progression with that once we get a little bit further down. But dumbbell pullovers, negative dips, and those negative push-ups. So basically, just like pretty much like at a negative decline, instead of like at an incline, and doing that until you can't anymore, until up to failure. And doing those little reps like that will actually really build a lot of your muscle. Doing reps until failure more than the 3 to 10, because I mean, honestly, you could be doing something that you could possibly do 20 reps of, and you don't know that because you're stopping at 10. So doing those push-ups up until failure, you'll really be able to just get your muscles going and really build up. And then finish out with a half a mile walk if needed, you know what I mean? But go ahead and finish out with another half a mile. That way you can get that mile and a half in. But what I was going to talk about with just the weights real quick is just being consistent. As long as you continue to be consistent, you continue to get in there, you'll start to see new levels and see new like goals, and achieving new things where you're like, man, I could lift this now, or I can do this. You know what I mean? So just keep being consistent, and know that it's okay if you just starting with the bar. It's all right. I'll testimony myself. Like I said, my legs, they had the injuries. Tried to throw the 45 plates on there, wasn't going. Tried to throw the 25s on there. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in my left knee, and that's the knee that I dealt with the ACL injury. So you got to listen to your body. Listening to my body, I said, okay, let me just do the bar. And I just did reps of the bar as much as I could till failure, so I can build that tension and build that rep back instead of just forcing it with weight on there. So, keep that stuff in mind. And that's getting physical with Pat. Anybody got anything y'all want to say to that? You know what I mean? Any questions?
I think also with bench pressing, just bench pressing, period. Just doing that, doing compound workouts that you're incorporating and you're utilizing different muscle groups, because the bench press, that's your chest, that's the main component. Also your shoulders, and with the incline, decline, you hit in different parts of your chest.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know it's 3 parts of your chest. You got your middle chest, your upper chest, your lower chest. If one is more developed or undeveloped than the other, then you don't have a balanced chest, so you're not gonna get that full effect, that full like that bow when you take your shirt off. So you wanna just like Pat was saying, just being consistent, like doing it every week, trying to incorporate some type of workout or for whatever muscle group you want to uh strengthen or grow, and start low, but it's about that gradual progression. It's like after a while you're gonna be doing 2 plates. And it's like now, okay, now you could do 2 plates. You could play around with the reps. You could go high rep, low weight. Now you could go, okay, that third set, that 6 set, third set, or 6 rep, third set. You could go for your max. You could push them limits. So yeah, it's all about progression, man. Just getting a little bit better every day. That 1%, that 2% go a long way. That's all I got to say for that.
Absolutely, bro. Nah, absolutely, exactly. Like you say, play with your reps, play with your sets, play with. I mean, however you're doing it, just make sure that you're challenging yourself. You don't want to be in there and just be, oh man, I ain't. No, like you want to see progression. You're not in there. Well, if you're in there to build strength, I mean, if you're just trying to cut up, then make sure you're doing what you need to do to cut. But a lot of that cut work is done in the kitchen as well. So, being consistent, a little bit to that consistency. I want to say this to our viewers. I apologize for missing the show last week. I was out of town, my nephew's first birthday. But of course, we try to keep the consistency flowing over here, and we're going to next talk about Mr. Consistent himself. So Melly Mel, why don't you swing that thing? If you do have a picture of it, but I don't know if you had a segue you wanted to go into this, but just talking about LeBron.
Yeah, I don't have anything pulled up, but we can definitely talk about it. If you don't know now, you know. That's one thing I like to say. If you don't know now, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think I kind of did it. I think I did a smooth segue. We're talking about Mr. Consistent himself, but I wanted I ain't want Mel to feel like I was taking his job neither though. So you you good. I was like, let me swing it to Mel too. Hey, first of all, I'm gonna let you know this one though. The fans love hearing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the
apparently I be talking about a whole lot of nothing.
I know the fans at least like me. You know what I'm saying?
Just talking.
Apparently to the fans, I be talking about a whole lot of nothing. They don't like my takes, but I love it.
Hey, we read them comments. But
facts.
But yeah, man, Mr. Consistent himself, LeBron James, that's what we're gonna call him, all hell king. But he's gonna be changing his jersey number next year because the league has retired number 6. Rest in peace, Mr. Bill Russell. And that being said, Bron wore number 6 this year for the last time, so he's going to be going back to 23. And I think the last time we saw him switch back to 23.
Third time in the Lakers jersey. Was it 23? He was 23, then he went to 6, then he back to 23. Yeah.
Yep. But the last time he switched back from 23, because remember he was 23, then he went to 6. And then he went to 23 again when he went back home. I think the last time we saw that, we saw what happened.
Only you and Rose
are gonna see that again.
That's gonna be sitting there thinking that.
Hey,
man. I'm not thinking. I'm hoping.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
The man did make a Western Conference final.
Come on now.
He got he got swept. But
coasting. Hurt the whole time. Made the Western Conference Finals.
I like it. We'll see. We will have to see about that. But definitely got to give him his recognition for being
He also
consistent.
playing with Mr. Inconsistency too, as his Robin.
The
glass man.
No, he's not. Oh, yeah. Well, no, Dennis Rodman left. Oh, you talking about? Oh, you said talking about
Anthony Davis,
not Dennis Rodman Schroeder. Anthony Davis. That's not inconsistency. That's unavailable.
Glass man.
That's unavailable.
Mr.
Unavailable.
Wow.
You know what?
Gucci down on the sideline.
But he had to say it. You know how some folks call AD all day? That man called him always disappointing, and it just hurt. It hurt when he right. It hurt when he right.
Facts.
After the doctor visit,
but that's your boy. That's Rose boy, the king, right? Right, sleeping on the LeBron James mattress. LeBron James sheets.
Respect the king.
Man, everybody, if you have won a championship in the last 2 years, you're a Rose boy, man.
You that guy.
10 toes
Hey
down for
man,
every team
nah,
but
not
Denver.
everybody. I just respect.
Yo, pause.
I ain't mad
Yo,
at that.
What is the
Except Denver,
pause?
that
man.
nigga said
I
that's
don't
your.
know who they
That
got on
nigga
their
said that
team.
nigga said if everybody who won in the past 3 years that's Rose Mans. That nigga said not everybody. That nigga said not everybody.
Not
Yeah,
everybody.
not
Pause, yo.
everybody.
It's 10
What's
toes
wrong
down.
with
Just
It's
you?
10 toes
Yo,
down for every team but
what?
Denver.
Well, I like them, bro. I'm just not in love
Don't
with it. I'm
don't do
sorry.
that
That's
now.
just me.
Don't do that.
That's just me. You know, I ain't say they're not good. I ain't never
You
disrespect them.
disrespected
I
them
just,
literally that whole entire
hey, I
last.
just like other teams. That's it.
You said you literally
That's it.
said who do they have on their team? That's not disrespectful.
Who did they lose to, Frank? Oh,
Who
we're gonna see how y'all do this year. That's
How?
your
who
team,
Wait,
right?
hold.
dude,
I'm not a
Hey,
Zinnies
who's
fan.
y'all and who did they
I'm not a
lose?
Zinnies
They won a
fan.
chip.
I'm
What
being
you talking
objective.
about?
Yo,
I know how to be subjective.
So y'all acting like, oh, me and Pat all day with LA. Well, shit, y'all with Denver. What you talking about? Stand on it.
No, see,
Come on
nah,
now.
no,
I can't even. I'm not gonna do that
No.
to him. I'm
Back
not
that
even
thing
gonna
up.
do
Back
that
that
to him.
thing up.
I
Cause yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna. Hey,
Hey,
yo,
yo.
this one.
yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey,
Pause.
you know what? I'm gonna
Hey,
start my mom.
Hit the pause
I'm gonna
button,
start my
man.
monologue
Go.
again. Back that thing up. Like I said,
come on, man. Double down is wild.
I'm a Miami
Dang,
Heat
I
fan
don't
all
know
the way
what
through
y'all
and through.
had.
I just know basketball, so I could tell you who good and who ain't good. And I've been saying, I preached all last season with that Denver. I was like, man, they got a team to win the chip. And your first comment after I said that was, who? They ain't got nobody on their team. Oh, Jamal Murray. This ain't Bubble Murray.
Yeah, they
You need
got a
to see
better
him
team
come
than
back.
Minnesota. Yeah, they got a better team than the starting five in Phoenix. Yeah, and yep, they did sweep the Lakers. Yeah, do it again next year. Let's just see.
Okay.
That's all I can see
Well, I
it.
gotta wait till all the
That's all
rosters
I can
come
see
out.
it.
Kenneth
This
is
nigga been listening to Darvin Ham.
Kenneth is the type of dude to get on the basketball court, get kicked
Yep.
off, and say, run it back.
Right.
Bro, it's 30 people waiting.
Hey, facts. Hey, look on the sideline. I bet. Just watch. When I get back on, I'm gonna be trash. Hey,
Bro, bro, by the time you get back on this court, they
niggas
go
leaving. Hey, look,
Where
they
y'all
going
going?
home.
Where y'all
Oh,
going?
so why you running away? Why y'all running away? Hey, niggas that played 7 games and shit.
Hey, he done fully rested for an hour. He done left the gym, the gym to go to the vending machine, came back, ready, fully rested. Yeah, let's go. Bro, they about to go home.
Run it back.
They tired.
Run it back. Hey, no, that's but for real though, I mean, I do agree. Like they ain't about to sweep the Lakers again. I'm gonna tell y'all that.
They are.
But I ain't even really too worried about necessarily Denver.
Though really right now, that's why I'm not giving no predictions on the NBA right now until I see all the official teams. And I really don't say nothing no official
Yeah.
like what I think is gonna happen, because really I gotta see at least till cause I watch some people don't watch the basketball until Christmas Day. I watch basketball before Christmas Day, like starting from opening game all the way through. I'll be watching it basically on every game. So I'm watching and seeing.
Okay, thanks for your
Oh, you're
salute to
welcome.
the NBA nigga. Hey, this nigga,
No,
I
because
super watch basketball. I was a
the
basketball
only reason
man. I just tip the basketball
I
off
got
to
NBA
hold on
league
now.
pass.
I might as
That's what I
well
say.
be the referee.
He
I
the
had
full on
enough money.
basketball
I'd
guy.
be right there.
Kenneth, he barely catches the games, but he always want to smack you with the numbers though. And I'm sitting,
I'm a basketball
yeah,
guy. I'm just not
that's what
watching
me.
regular season. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm a basketball
Nah,
guy.
that's
I'm
a
pretty
lot. That's a lot
knowledgeable.
of folks for sure. It's just how bad that nigga wanted that stamp. That man wanted his face
He did.
card to
He
be
wanted that.
good. He
He
walked in
said, "I
any
pay
arena.
$15.99 a month, so I need to let people know I am a basketball fan. I pay for
Hey,
league.
You're
bro,
not
I'm
Shams.
not Mel, you a football guy. You watch majority of football games. I don't watch a lot of football.
No. I watch NFL Red
Okay,
Zone.
Jay Will.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot watch this past season. I could not watch a full football game because the commercials were killing me. Especially because I'm a stream. I watch things on stream. So when you watch things on stream, it's the same commercials. Compared to if you watch it on cable, it might be a couple of different commercials.
So what you telling us
stream,
is you pay for the lower package.
Okay.
No, I pay for
Say no,
NFL.
talking
No, I pay
shit.
for Red
Talking
Zone. Yeah, no,
I
I
be
pay
saying the
for
same
Red
thing over and
Zone.
over again. I'm like,
I
bro,
will
come
watch
on,
Red
man.
Zone. It'd be killing me, so I can't do the commercials. So I watch NFL Red Zone to where they just gonna have the games. They just gonna keep going from game to game, no commercials ever. They just go up until the primetime game of Sunday night. I don't have to deal with commercials, and then when the primetime game on Sunday night comes on, I'll have that on in the background because I'm like, I'm not finna stick here and watch the commercials unless it's like the Eagles or Lamar Jackson or a really good team I want to see play for the NBC night game. I'm not really gonna watch.
Hey, well,
You know,
y'all
and
gonna
it's
have
the
to
same
put
for
me
Monday
on.
night.
Y'all gonna have to put me on when the NFL start because I was a broke nigga before I graduated, so I couldn't afford no league pass, no red zone, none of that shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I need to know
Red
which
Zone
app I
solid.
need to get.
If
Let
I'm
me
watching
know.
the game, I'm watching that game. I might switch in for if there's two of them on.
I might
Beyond
pay.
that, bro, I'm watching what I watch. Like, oh, I want to watch this.
We
I
got to
can't
say
even
now. We're
split
gonna let me know
between
off
two.
air though, because
I
them
might
boys
pay.
ain't
I
sponsoring us.
literally
So
only watch
you know what I'm
if it's
saying?
like if my
Yeah.
fantasy football is on it, that's the only time I'm paying attention to the game.
Ooh, that's why I like NFL Red Zone
Yeah,
too, because
that's
they'll
why I
have
like
like
YouTube
fantasy stats
TV
at the
because
ticker
Hey,
really
don't.
instead of like other
my
stuff.
All I'm gonna
They
say
don't need to
is
put the stats at the bottom
yeah.
because they're gonna switch to that game in 2 minutes anyway. So they'll just at the bottom they'll be telling you the top 5 fantasy players of the day or
No, that's why I like
who's
YouTube
doing what with
TV
what
because
numbers.
if I'm
So
sitting there watching like the Patriots and the Bears or something like that, I can literally just scroll down and my team pops up, so I can literally see our scores. So if I'm facing you that week,
Mhm.
I'm seeing okay, this man Melly Mel, he up by 10 points on me right now, but I got 2 players in this exact game that's playing right now, so it'll only show me that 2 exact players that's in the game that I'm watching. So that's why I like that YouTube
Nah,
TV.
that's
Where I'm like,
tough.
okay, bet I can see, and I can see everybody scores throughout the scores and everything.
He rich though.
I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not big baller shot calling out here, but it's YouTube TV.
Hey, bro, you buy YouTube TV to me, you rich. Anybody who got YouTube
YouTube
TV,
TV
you
is up
rich,
there.
bro.
Yeah, I tried it for a
I ain't
few
gonna
But
months
cap
and
you
I was like,
down.
I can't keep up with this. I was like, I'm gonna just use my
no,
Spectrum account and
because
sign in on
I
each
like
app. I was like, because
I like using I like
YouTube
recording
TV was
shows and
killing me.
stuff like that.
Right
So
there
I
with
don't know,
right
man.
there with you.
And plus,
I told y'all he rich.
because
I like
everywhere don't
recording
have like
shows.
Xfinity. Everywhere don't have
Do
Xfinity,
you
so
still
it's like,
DVR?
I mean,
Yeah, don't give Xfinity all
This
that.
man said everybody don't have. He's rich, guys. Are y'all listening to this? He said, "I'm gonna make
like
sure I'm good,
I
bro.
was saying,
Delta
if I'm
flights
at
and
the
all."
airport or something, I want to watch
He
TV.
said
I
he
just pull it
doesn't
up on YouTube.
associate with the poor. He said he doesn't
Associate with
associate
the
with the
poor.
poor.
Hey, but
Not the
I
poor.
was gonna say this because we was kind of throwing this around. So I felt like it should be said just to kind of get the viewers hyped up, but a little bit just to kind of stamp it. I will be winning
Oh,
fantasy
you ain't gonna win
football
nothing now. Hold up now.
when we start
Don't
and
start
we
that lie.
play.
Don't lie to these people like that.
We're gonna see. We're gonna
It
see,
is
Harry.
July
How
16th,
you gonna slap? How you gonna slap the
10:34
time and date on there?
p.m.
Man, if you don't know, now you know.
10:34
said it.
p.m.
We are doing a fantasy football draft because he's calling that, and I gotta let y'all know that's what we're gonna be doing as the NFL season gets here. We're gonna start doing that, and we Pat. We're
No,
gonna see if
he a
Pat can really
Cowboys
is really
fan.
about it.
Bam,
'Cause
bam, bam,
Pat, have you,
bam.
before, bro, Pat, have you ever even played fantasy football before?
Oh yeah, see, I love this. I love this, right? So so the viewers know, like I said, I don't play football. I don't know football. They played football outside. They know football a lot more.
He
However,
was in the house. He a baby.
nah, nigga, I was playing basketball. Pussy.
Daddy used to do his
You was in the
ATL
house.
out.
Basketball, you can play that in the house.
However, though, what they don't know is I went to college with a couple guys who played football and a couple guys who got me into the fantasy football, and I actually came in third my first year playing and lost on some whole shit. I think a nigga got hurt. And then the next year playing, I came and I was in the playoffs again, and I was in
That's
the
cute.
mix. I came in fourth. So what they don't know is I'm going for first this year, and
Hey, bro,
that's
but
all
I
I
ain't
got
gonna
to say
lie.
about it.
Last year, I kind of got screwed in the championship game. Literally, we tied up, and it's the Buffalo game when Ham goes down, and I know it. They just canceled the game, and I'm like, what?
Ooh,
What's going on here? I'm now I'm sitting there looking like Skip Bayless. We got there's implications for this. We don't. We don't. Is he gonna concede his game?
Oh, I get it.
What he
That's
gonna do
a
about
good
this,
one.
huh?
That's a good
Yeah, like,
a game of this magnitude, this late in the season.
like
How
what are we
do you
gonna do? We
not
gonna
play
restart
this
this game
one?
somewhere else, or we gonna scoop him off? We gonna scoop him up off the ground and just
Put your
continue? Or
glasses
what
back
we doing
on.
here?
Hey, we are not gonna stand on any of that slander. Put
I'm
your
just saying. I'm
glasses
trying to.
back on.
I'm trying to get.
Big West
I'm trying to get
I
the
wish
offensive championship, and he on the ground.
Oh, hey, hold on, man. Hold on, man. I wish a white man would look at me across the table and tell me to put shit back on. Let alone Skip Bayless at that.
The Jerry Jones best boy looking ass. No, get out of my face with that.
There's
Put
no
my
disrespect
glasses
to a
back
white
on.
man. It's just y'all know.
If you know, you know.
That's a clown.
Put your
And I
glasses.
got white homeboys. They'd never say some
Put
shit
your
like that to
glasses
me,
back
brother.
on.
That's
You
fucked
said-
up, Skip.
I
That
got-
man
I got
Shannon
white
Sharp
sons.
said.
Hey, look, I got white.
You can't attack me.
Hey,
That man Shannon Sharp said, obviously they had a problem with it if you had to apologize. That man said, no, they didn't. It's like, oh shit. He said, no, they did not. Then this man Shannon, this man Shannon in his head, damn, why the fuck did I not come to work then yesterday? If they didn't have a
Hey,
problem
man.
with it, why did I miss
I'm
out on
just
the money?
I'm worried about my fantasy
back to him.
championship, and he on the ground. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh god. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is gonna sound ruthless as hell, but I saw a highlight of the ESPYs, and it was like he was giving out an award to them and stuff. He was crying. I'm like, bro, just get right for the season, bro. You doing that? Come on, bro.
My man
Come on, bro.
lost
Is you playing or not? Come on, bro. Is you playing or
No,
not?
he's
I ain't gonna lie.
good
At
now.
the end of the
My
day,
man-
because I'm gonna be honest with you. At the end of the day, when this season starts, niggas ain't finna
Oh yeah,
take
they
nothing
going.
light
Oh, they
on you.
coming at his head.
Nigga,
They coming for his head. We gonna get with that chest feeling.
Hey, them niggas go. We got a breathalyzer over there.
How that chest gonna hold up?
He dropping the mixtape.
Yeah.
Hey, this
yeah,
the nigga who
you know-
rolled the bag. This the nigga who got the bag.
Yeah, nigga, that was my last game. I was gonna collect a check. All right, yeah, bet. I'm running for that.
The boys will be like, "Where your tank at, nigga?"
Oh shit, where you think? Nah, your team ain't here no more, nigga. This is an away game, nigga. Where your team at now, nigga?
Nah, but
Where
on
your
a
mom's
serious
at?
note,
Where your mom's at?
I was thinking this though. I was thinking this like, how do they get an award for being the best training staff, and they let this shit happen?
Well, because they saved a life on camera. So I think
Rose
it is what it is. When you get caught saving a life,
Rose.
it's cool. But if you save a life and nobody see it, did you really save a life?
No,
Yeah.
did they save
did
his
CPR
life?
right there on
'Cause
the
I
field.
thought
Yeah, they did because his heart stopped. His heart stopped for a minute or two. Like he technically was.
Bruh.
He had to be technically revived.
I mean, but
They should.
But I'm saying though, like y'all know, like y'all
Everybody
can
can
be
be.
CPR certified.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you can get the certification on a Saturday morning.
I'm
and get
saying,
and
like-
you can start the class at Saturday morning and get your certification by Saturday night at 7.
right. So I'm saying, like, they pumped the man back to life. I ain't minimizing what they did. I'm just saying, like, we got to take precautions, and I thought the better people were the ones who took precautionary steps to stop things from like this happening.
I guess, because I don't think he had a condition. It was something that happened in the moment.
That's not
I don't think it was an underlying condition. I don't know. I
That's
really
what
don't
I'm
remember.
saying.
This was also like
this has happened
shoot,
a long time ago.
7-8 months ago.
Talk.
Yeah, it's been over half a year.
not
That's
a
why I
problem.
was looking. That's why when I saw him at the ESPYs, I was like, "Oh, y'all still talking about this?"
Y'all telling
I was
me,
like, "Oh, okay."
y'all telling me a nigga
Alright.
just
Went on the
randomly was
press
running
run.
and dropped? Yeah, he definitely went on the press run, Frank. Hey, that man be on
Almost lost
everybody's
life and
shit.
went on the press run like he dropping the album.
He did. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, you at the ESPYs now. It's like, all right, bro. Like, first of all, y'all niggas got swept out the playoffs.
He
by the
wasn't
Bengals.
there.
Like, y'all had y'all chance. Like, the story was supposed to be
Shiesty.
Josh Allen really messed it up for him because it was like, bro, you was supposed to win the Super Bowl now. Like that was your moment to be like, let's
No,
go
that's
to the
fucked up.
bowl.
That's fucked up.
It's the truth. Because literally when it happened, everybody said, "Oh, now they gotta win. They gotta do this for him," and then they lost.
So you
at
saying?
home.
So you saying
Those
Josh
Giants fans
Allen not
did none of
winning
that.
because Josh Allen didn't win? His injuries and everything that he went through was for nothing because that nigga he ain't stamped that shit.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. What you think? I'm gonna be honest with you. What you think, DeMar?
I'm about to say, because now if you remember that game, he was in the building. That camera kept swinging to him every chance they had.
Hey,
Facts.
facts. Hey, look, they said the first thing he said when he woke up, he said, "Did we win? Did we win?"
No. He said, "Did we win?" These niggas,
Hey, that nigga
thought he dropped the bar.
Hey, that nigga said,
Night.
that nigga said, "Look, bro, y'all niggas lose this shit for me. I damn near give my life for this shit."
Oh shit! Not that Friday Night Lights.
Hey.
I can't play football no more. I can't play football no more. That's exactly how he sounded with that. But I'm glad though he's making a comeback. Hopefully, the Bills do him right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's still the NFL. They'll do a nigga dirty. They'll cut the nigga next year. What?
Oh,
What did I say?
didn't even get it out. He was like, I hope they do him right. Pause, man.
No. Y'all, no. That's not. That's
How
not
you gonna
possible.
reject that man pause, bro?
Yeah,
That nigga ain't fucking with that.
Put a pause in that man. Pause.
No, because I'll
No, it's like
accept the
basketball.
pause
When you call a
if
foul,
it's a
you call it.
pausable
You gotta
moment.
respect
But that
the
wasn't
call.
pausable.
You gotta respect the call.
Hey,
No, fuck that.
y'all niggas got
Yeah,
to
call
pause
is
for
a
that
call.
shit. Yeah,
Nah,
I heard it,
nah.
and I was like, "Oh,
No,
do him wrong." Pause. This brother's teaching.
No, I said do him right. What's wrong with that?
that's
Ain't nothing wrong
even
with,
worse. That's even worse. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, when you said it twice, this shit got worse. That nigga said, "No, I said do him right."
Oh, you got to go.
do that.
You got to get this man out.
Man, I just hope that they do him
Oh,
right and
Lord.
do him good and do right.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh,
Do him
Lord.
right. Do him good. Okay.
Adam Sandler click
Hey,
movie.
bro.
Where's
give him a nice lengthy contract.
This is out of hand.
All right.
What's
Where
wrong
is
with
the
him?
wisdom of the week from
B90
Cooley?
Oh
I
God.
take away
Hey,
and say,
don't be on that Jalen Green.
Facts. You don't want that, man.
That's
I
controversial.
don't know if we got enough time for
That's
that one, but that's a topic we got to get into one day. That is,
I mean, would you
But
rather
I'm
have
not
the
gonna lie
Jalen
to
Green
you.
situation, or would you rather have the Zion Mariah Mills situation?
Zion. Oh, whoa.
oh no,
wait,
I'd rather have that.
Zion.
Oh, man.
Zion. Because
Zion.
the Jalen Green, it don't
Hold
look
on,
good.
Cooley. What you was about to say?
I don't know. I think I might go Jalen Green. Like, how
Hey,
about
whoa. What is wrong with
DJ
you,
Rose,
bro?
with the scratch.
You gotta,
With the
he gotta
scratching.
pay all that money to them different baby mamas.
Nah,
Like,
nigga,
Y'all
you
gotta let Cooley
tripping.
talk.
getting extorted.
You're tripping.
How old was Jalen Green when they did that stuff?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Come on, man. I'm just being honest. Niggas was young and niggas was just doing
Yeah,
that
he
shit.
was young. He was,
Y'all, first
forced
of all, I'm gonna walk y'all through. When y'all was 5 years old, y'all humped one of y'all boyfriends. Pause. Pause. When y'all, I'm gonna take jumps. I'm gonna take jumps with this shit. When y'all was 8 years old, did y'all niggas say, "I'm young. This shit seems interesting now"?
8 years old, 5 years old.
No.
Hey, he wasn't. So I'm walking you through this because y'all niggas saying he young. Y'all niggas saying he was young. And so I'm gaining conscience with this walkthrough. Cause by the time I'm about damn 13, I know for sure not to do no shit I ain't did 5 or 8. Then bruh gonna post a picture with all these cheerleaders. Nigga, you are not excused. This is not.
He was like,
thought
hey,
he
yo,
was
I'm gonna
doing
get out
something
on
with
this
that
one.
He's like, oh yeah.
They ain't gonna get on me because I did this. Nah.
I got hold. What you mean?
You
I
wanted
got
to
the
hold.
hold.
Come on, bro. And y'all want to know what makes this worse? Like for real, I
What?
watch podcasts. I watch interviews. This man Jalen Green was on a podcast earlier this year with Paul George. I'll go watch it. It was a good episode. You get an insight. But he said it was like, bro, you into fashion and shit. Like, how you got into fashion? He like, bro, to be honest, I really wasn't like dressing like that. Like when I first moved around, but then I started fucking with Josh Christopher and my other mans, and they started dressing me and they started giving me
Oh,
clothes and telling me what I'm like. This shit all starting to make sense. This shit all starting to add up.
That ain't good.
I done
That
borrowed
ain't
t-shirts from the homies, but I ain't never hit them with the boo, 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 boo. I ain't never hit y'all boys with none of that. I
bro,
bought
why
a
you have to
t-shirt
put
here and there, but I ain't never hit them boys
I
with the
don't think that was
peaches.
even necessary. I truly don't think that was necessary.
Damn, bro. That's unfortunate.
They
That's
made
sad.
sound effects in the video. It was worse.
Oh no.
Yes, bro. Niggas in there laughing and shit, like watch this. They all in there like we done seen this before.
Yeah,
Like
they
hell
get
nah,
like
bro.
cool kid.
Here they go again.
Here they go.
That's
Hey.
crazy, bro.
How y'all doing, man? Back again. I missed last week because I was out of town. I had to handle some business, but your boy Cooley High, he coming through with the wisdom of the week this week. And wisdom of the week this week is, hey, as above, so below. And when I say that, I mean when whatever situation you in, love yours. Appreciate where you at, why you there. Cause as you progress and as you grow and you level up in life, it's gonna always for each level you grow to, it's gonna be new challenges. It's gonna be new plot holes. It's gonna be new things that will try to keep you from that next level. you know. So when you see somebody, he driving the Ferrari, he got the baddie, you know what I'm saying? He got the ice, you know what I'm saying? He got the this and the that, the drip or whatever the kids call it nowadays, the Riz, you know what I'm saying? Just know, just don't look at what he got, look at the man and understand like, yeah, he got all this, but what did it take for him to get there? What obstacles did he have to get past in order to achieve this success or what you perceive as success? You know what I'm saying? Because success look different for everybody. So, like I said, it's different luxuries for every level you at. So, like the homeless man, he ain't got all the money, but he got all the freedom because he ain't got no bills, he ain't got no obligation, ain't nobody really checking for him. But the rich man, he got all this wealth, he got all this going for himself. At the same time, he got a lot of obligations. He got a lot of responsibilities. He's responsible for. He gotta handle business. He gotta be here. He gotta be there. He a busy man. He ain't got all that time like on the other spectrum. So as I like to say, man, as as above, so below. So no matter what situation you in or what situation you see out in the world, just know it's a challenge. It's something behind that. You know, it's deeper than surface level. So that's the wisdom of the week, man. Just keeping things in perspective and knowing for every level you at, it's challenges. For every level you not at, it's a perk. It's a privilege, you know what I'm saying, just to be here. So, love yours, respect the level you at, and do what is necessary in order to get to that next level, but never, be envious or never put yourself too much in comparison to somebody else. And that's wisdom of the week right there, man. Cooley High checking out for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. That's some really good wisdom to tap in with your week, man. Gotta take your mindset into that. And remember, everyone's version of success is different. That's the key to it. That's what I took from it. Hopefully everybody else took something from it. And with that, we're gonna get into Rose's recommendations. My boy Rouse is gonna have us with some good TV for you need for you to watch this week. So go ahead, my boy, get into it. Tell them what we need to be on the lookout for.
This week on the spot, bro, I got 3 good recommendations for you, bro, and all of them is straight bangers for you, bro. The first one, major big, especially we're talking about a lot this week with terms to running backs and trying to get paid and getting the market right for them. Bro, for this week, there was a documentary that came out where I brought up, I believe 2 weeks ago, the quarterback documentary. I got a chance to finish it, and let me just say, it was a 9 out of 10, bro. 9 out of 10. I would almost give it 10 out of 10, but we already know enough about quarterbacks as it is. I ain't even gonna hold to you. Like last game I was talking about, that one game of Kirk Cousins where he was down 33 to the Indianapolis Colts and came back. That was one of the best games, the biggest comeback in NFL history, and they got the catcher to talk about it on the documentary. They got a chance to actually talk about the Marcus Mariota, his injuries, and him having his first child with his wife, and being able to find a new opportunity to back up Jalen Hurts and what his outlook going forward to continue being a professional rather than let the moment define him. You got, of course, you know how the season ended. It took, with my homeboys, but beyond that, if you're a young athlete trying to learn and understand what it takes to be in the grind of the NBA, the NFL, MLS, whatever your profession that you love and want to be in, I highly recommend watching this so you can see how to be able to respond to adversity, to respond to the criticism, to respond to praise, to be the best version of yourself, to see how greatness do it, and say, okay, if that's how they do it, let me find my way and make my way the way to do it. Not everyone's gonna be the GOAT, but if you find a way to make the means of success to achieve your dreams where which you want to be at, bro, I would recommend this documentary for all athletes. And if they continue to make more projects, continue watching. Cause I want to say, I believe Peyton Manning was the executive producer or something like that over this for the quarterbacks. So I think if we do something for the running backs or the tight ends or receivers or even talking about offensive linemen, like the way they did this wasn't just no highlights and what your athletic play was in the field. They got a chance to show you what it takes to be an actual adult human being and what it means to not just carry the brand for the team, but carry the brand for the NFL, but carry the brand for yourself and your family. And that's the biggest takeaway from that documentary that I could tell you to watch away. Being absolutely real. So if you got some time, 8 episodes, go ahead and get that quarterbacking, man. It's there for you. It's there. But we also brought up the Records of Ragnarok, new 5 episodes. We got Big Time Buddha versus Zero Fuku. Let me just say, you ain't ready for what's coming. It's got you a good little squabble. You know what I'm saying? Teach a man how to squabble before I pick him up off the floor, before I pull that trigger. Like my man Jerome said, man, hey, get your homie, bro. Get your homie. Don't let Buddha get you. Uh, whenever you're ready, Jamaica, go ahead and roll this clip for me, because this is the big time budget getter right here, bro. I'm excited about this one. This is called Zama.
Appreciate that, Rouse. Definitely got to check that out, y'all. If you're into the anime and you're into just everything that he's recommending, definitely try to check that out this week as we get into it. Before we get up out of here, does anybody got anything that they want to promote? All right, I guess I'm the only one. So, always, like, comment, subscribe, share the Heavily Opinionated podcast as we keep growing. Earlier, you heard us talk a little bit about fantasy football. We'll be doing a fantasy football draft in the coming weeks as the preseason starts, maybe around the middle of the preseason. Once we start to see a little bit more of some actual football in place, everybody can kind of make a little bit of a better decision on who they might want on their team. Just like, fresh eyes, because we might be talking NFL a little bit, but we might be forgetting some people until we start seeing a little bit of preseason football. So definitely be on the lookouts for that. We're going to have an episode where we break down how we're going to do the rules and stuff, and then we'll do the draft on an episode, and you guys will be able to check that out. But so yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. And like I said, comment, subscribe, and everything. That's pretty much really all I got. I was going to promote my book, but I'll give a little bit more details on the next episode about it. And up until then, man, just like I said, keep comment, subscribe everything that we're doing. Keep messing with the content. Follow us on TikTok. What is it, Najee? Our TikTok is Heavily Opinionated, or is it what? I can't remember what it is on TikTok, but go check that out. Make sure you find us on TikTok. We got some clips out there, some of the from our previous episodes, and it's got Najee's doing a really good job with that. So just make sure that y'all stay tapped in with it. You know what I'm saying? Because TikTok is something that we're really trying to grow on, as well as we'll soon be trying to get some YouTube shorts out there with the same through our regular channel. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
More content. We bring in more ideas, more topics. This is the #1 podcast in the space right now. We the youngest doing it, and we about to, you know what I'm saying? We about to have a lane for ourselves. And the world is shifting, man. People not watching TV like that. They still watching TV, but it's kind of like the newspaper. It's going out of style. People watching, listening to, on their commutes, the truck drivers, in their car Ubering, or they in the, or they picking up DoorDash or whatever they doing. They in the car. They listen to what? The heavenly,
Sitting at work, in the office all day.
sitting in that hot off. You know, it's summertime. Sitting in that hot office all day.
Yeah,
The AC might have went out, but we know we got you. You know, like I said,
we bring that heat, but we also bring that cool energy too.
we
So you know what
bringing
I'm saying?
we got all bases covered, man. Bottom of the ninth, all bases loaded, all bases covered. We on
We don't
first
even
base,
talk about baseball, but we got it covered in
we
this
on
month.
second base, we on third base, and we on home plate. We scoring runs.
Yes, sir. We
Yeah,
like a teenager. We like a teenager with a car. He about to get some.
he gonna hit something. We don't know what we gonna hit, but he gonna hit something. So
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir. And
be on the
I
lookout
found
for more
the TikTok.
episodes.
It's
Heavily
heavily
opinionated.
dot opinionated. Heavily dot opinionated. That's the one on TikTok. If you want to check us out on TikTok, we running it up on there. Yeah, man. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow, and everything.